Oh, it's always popular on both sides of the aisle right now to scapegoat China. It is a issue that you can get a lot of latitude out of, insofar as voters in a public opinion poll, maybe, right? But ultimately, at the voting ballot, part of the process, partisanship is the overriding determinant. A person who is a Republican is voting for a Republican, and vice versa for Democrats. And the truth is that most independents are also what we call closet partisans. They lean to one party and they vote for that party almost all of the time. And we really do have a smaller group of pure independents. Can those people be swayed on the issue of China in an atmosphere where COVID-19 and economic collapse are really the predominant factors? Maybe racial justice would be that third factor. China as a niche issue is really going to have a hard time gaining a lot of latitude.
Okay, and it does seem that from Trump's standpoint, he does need to gain latitude if you look at most of the polls across the nation in the key battleground states. So it makes me wonder whether you've seen anything coming from the RNC yet that will move the needle, because interesting enough, there was a Reuters Ipsos poll coming out about the Democratic convention showing that it didn't do a whole lot for Biden, at least according to this one survey, when it comes to his own performance in the polls. Do you expect things to be different at all for the Republicans?
It's very important to think about that contextually. I mean, number one, Biden's, on average 8, and that's real clear politics. 8-point average in the national head-to-head is a spectacularly large advantage in the polarized era for this type of contest. And so to improve upon that would be just almost extraordinary. And again, too, when we look at the inelasticity of opinion, particularly in relative to Trump, as this pandemic came in, there was no guarantee that it would be mismanaged, though I think Trump is not, well prepared or suited for the office. So, it was, also probably not likely he would handle it well, and he didn't, right? So he had this pandemic happen, and it hasn't been a good experience for the country relative to the global comparisons that people are able to make for other countries. And yet public opinion has been almost a complete flat line. And that is really a very, very important thing for people to understand. That is not something that we've ever seen in American or any country's history, to see a public that doesn't react to political stimulus. So when you're not having a public that reacts to big events like an economic collapse, you're not going to see them reacting to small events like a convention. Now, that is to say, like, will Trump, like, where his erosion has really added this last few months is that some right-leaning independents have strayed away, and that changed Biden's advantage from 5 or 6 points to 8 points. Can he bring some of them back with the focus on this law and order? Democrats are going to turn America into a lawless hellhole message. I don't know, right? We'll see in polling data, but because those people are partisan, already inclined to have some attitudes that would align with that messaging, it's certainly possible.